a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
He was brought down by Brandon Copeland.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Well, 6-round picks, they don't normally step in and start on day one, that's for sure. But over the years, we've had some big names from that spot.
And obviously, Tom Brady, the biggest name of all, is a 6th-rounder. But there have been others. Antonio Brown, who's played some of the best receiver in the game. Alfred Morris. And I can tell you a quick one on Alfred Morris. When he came out of college and had the big rookie year, I went back to a lot of my scouting buddies and took my book with me and said, okay, what did you guys have him listed coming out of school? I couldn't find anyone who had better than a 6th-round grade on him. Most had 7th round and a good number undrafted free agent, so you never know what you're going to get.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here's Bird to return. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Patriots take over. Cam Newton bringing out the offense here for New England. The 1-0 New England Patriots. And going into that Week 1 game, Cam Newton said that his excitement level for the start was on 1,000. And a reporter asked him if he would have butterflies. Charles, he said, I don't get butterflies, I give them.
Is that such a typical Cam answer? So quotable, and that one was actually fun. He ended up 15 and 19 throwing the football, 165 yards. Very efficient that way, no touchdown passes, but better yet, no interceptions. And you mentioned the rushing yardage. The last time we saw a Patriots quarterback rush like that, I'm going all the way back when they were running some option football. And I think Steve Grogan was the quarterback of that team. So let's go ahead and watch this offense develop and evolve with Cam Newton running it in New England.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. A give. This is Michelle. They find some open field here. There he goes, left side.
Oh, boy, you ain't got no feet.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in Week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. This is DJ Reed returning. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Back out now come the 1-0 Seattle Seahawks as they beat the Falcons in Week 1. Charles, 38-25. That game was in Atlanta. Russell Wilson continuing to play at the top of his game. Only had 4 incompletions, 31-35, over 300 yards, 4 touchdown passes, no picks, and guess what? He also led the team in rushing, and then he flew the flight back home to Seattle.
Is there anything that was left that he didn't do in this game? I mean, it was unbelievable. Jamal Adams was a force on defense. Remember the big trade that brought him over? Maybe the next game, Russell Wilson will play safety next to him just to go ahead and do a few extra things. A phenomenal job by him, phenomenal job by Seattle, and for me, it really fit. Remember the 4th and 5 when they went for it? And he threw the ball to DK Metcalf for a touchdown. This Seattle Seahawks team is very confident, strong, and they've got a huge game in Week 2. Their home opener on a Sunday night, Cam Newton and the Patriots are coming to town.
37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Carson. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
30-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
At the 19-yard line.
After
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Wilson to Metcalf that time. First down, Seattle. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Being chased out, diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Jamal Adams there on the tackle.
Sony Michel comes out of a long line of terrific running backs from the University of Georgia and was a first-round selection for New England in 2018. He does not mind carrying the football, never turns down an opportunity. Top 10 in rushing attempts in the league in 2019.
On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
2nd and 5. At the 22-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Michel.
Sony Michel, the
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And Michel will have the first down and more. And finally brought down at the 43. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them.
He's got it at the 15. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A give to Michel running right. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They're running it. It's Michel. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Reed returning. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense. On 1st down, Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
A 54-yard attempt.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about
Michael Dixon to kick
so
off.
here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Patriots
offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. And he's already gone over 200 yards on the crowd. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on
defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there.
All day, baby, come on.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
touchdown.
Sony Michel, 71 yards. And the Patriots add on to their lead. You talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that it's demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I'll bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
Taken in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
One more game remains to be played in week 2 after this one, and it's a game that folks have been looking forward to for months, if not years. The first ever regular season home game for the Las Vegas Raiders as they host the Saints. 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 in Vegas, right here on EA Sports. That should be fun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
38-yard line.
On first down, it's Carson. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 37. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 3rd down. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. From the gun, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 25-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Well, look what we have here. A sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Wilson on first down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. John Simon that time coming through to make the play. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And the return will stop right around the 25. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And it's Michel once again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down.
Back to throw, Newton. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. So from Seahawks. Now a first down carry. It's Michelle. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
24-yard.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll turn to Michelle as they go back to the ground. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Here's Newton. His pass caught at the 4. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Touchdown.
From 4 yards out. And this offense is running away with this one. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Now Folk for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Reed. Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Operating from the gun. Wilson. And this a quick slant to Lockett. Now the ball comes loose.
Phillip Dorsett. That's good for a...
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run on first down. Carson. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
At the 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They run again with Carson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Chris Carson has proven to be a workhorse for the Seattle Seahawks, and they continue to expand his game. We know that he can run inside and be a bruising type of a player, but he has surprising speed to the perimeter, and they've expanded his game now by throwing it to him out of the backfield. In 2019, in the top 10 in the league in touches and yards from scrimmage.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. 2nd down and goal. Wilson, he finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
3rd and goal.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Yeah, they're going to try to eat some clock with Michel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
18 yards.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Coming left is Michel. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He was taken down by Bobby Wagner. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll run it here. This is James White. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 20.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
41. Seahawks 3.
The Seahawks looks like they've recovered. They have. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. One last shot for Wilson. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week.